Hey everyone, welcome to Kempner Canucks. My name is RevTrev, and tonight we are going through the updated NHL Power Rankings, baby. Let's go. I love doing this. It's a lot of fun. Now, it's a lot of work. It doesn't look as, I mean, you might say, that looks easy. No, it's not. It's like who played who, when, where. And, you know, you saw my beginning ones. They were fantastic in the way of like preseason rankings, but boy, there are teams that come out of the woodwork are so much better than you anticipated. For example, the Canucks last year were phenomenal, had a phenomenal start, petered off after a while, but this is why I'm so excited about tonight. And this one is because it's got the one where this is going to be probably the most movement in a month that you're going to see. Like, totally wrong about this team, totally right about this team. This one drops, this one goes higher. Like some of this stuff, and it's like so a lot of people are asking me, RevTrev, what is the criteria? Well, obviously it is record, it is points for, points against, it is who you've played. You know what I mean? It is how many games you've played. All those things. It does factor in a little bit of the injuries as well. So yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be great tonight. So we're going to be doing the whole 32 teams. And just a heads up, everyone, I love doing passionate, realistic, honest content. If you like that kind of hockey content, please hit the like and subscribe. And also follow me on my socials, Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube. Follow me on Kempner Canucks. And if you don't mind, just hit the like and subscribe, everyone. It's great to have everyone out here tonight, but I want to just dive into this and dive into the rationale. And so Stuart is the first person here. Welcome, Stuart. I want to give a big shout out on Chris on Canucks. Good to see you again, Chris. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. It's going to be a good night tonight. Coach Rob is in the building. Good to see everyone. Okay, let's dive in. Let's dive in. Okay. So we're going to start off with 32 to 23. Now, let me explain a few things. I got to bring this over here so I can kind of be a little bit more. Let's do a little more of that. Okay, let's go. Think we're ready to go. Okay. So, let's show it up here, and I'm going to turn off this banner that is moving on the ground here just to get this. So 32 to 23, let's go. Okay, so I wanted to move San Jose up, okay? As you can see, the red is different movement. You can see two teams minus 20, which is shocking. Shocking, if you ask me. But if we start with Team 32, I wanted to push them up. They had a terrible 0-7-2 start, and then they won 3 games in a row, and then they gave Vancouver a run for their money, lost in the last few seconds. So big shout out to the San Jose Sharks. The only reason I can't have you at number like higher than last is I had you there already for last. Celebrini's out, and you're minus 18 on goals for and goals against differential. It's just those 3 games. So you had 3 wins in a row. I wanted to push you ahead. I just couldn't do it. my plan is, my hope is that they play better and then they start moving up the rankings. But maybe their plan isn't to be better. Maybe they want to get the best odds for the first overall pick or the top 3 picks, the best balls in the lottery. So I don't know what the plan is, but boy, I can't wait to watch Celebrini. So that I spent a lot of time talking about why I didn't move up San Jose. A lot of you people are like, Trevor, San Jose, they're the worst team right now. Yeah, they've also played 13 games. The most amount of games that any team has played is 13. And they're still last place, so I got to keep them last. The Montreal Canadiens, I dropped 4 spots. This is why I dropped Montreal 4 spots. They're tied for second to last with 4 other teams, okay? But they have minus 17 goal differential. That's not good. Them and the San Jose Sharks have let them 50 goals apiece. That is horrific, terrible, awful. I don't know what other words I can use. I'm just being honest. I was expecting a little bit more than that, but, bad start. I mean, Line being out, just different situations. That team is not gelling, and I think the fans in Montreal must be just very frustrated. My pick number 30 is the Philadelphia Flyers, who I thought was going to be much better. They have been a huge disappointment, everyone. So if you look at them, again, like a lot of teams, 4 wins, 7 losses, 1 overtime loss. Minus 13 goals against, just terrible. The Flyers are just not pulling it off. I mean, we're talking about 4 wins after 12 games, not good enough. So I've dropped them 9 spots. That's massive. And then the Sabres, I didn't think they were going to be very good. They've just been a little bit better. Listen, think about that. You've been just doing a little bit better than Philadelphia, but not by much. They scored more goals than Philly by 5 goals. So I had to do that. Now let's go to the New York Islanders. Again, thought that they were going to be a bit better. They have been a huge disappointment. I don't really know why. Like, this team is built. I anticipate that the New York Islanders are going to make into the top 15 sometime during this year. But right now they've had an awful start, and there's nothing really else to say other than they have. I thought they were going to struggle, but they've been worse than I anticipated. So, but then let's talk about 27 and 26. Guys, I had these 2 teams as the number 6 and number 7 team in the NHL, and here they are at the bottom of the barrel. This has been the most shocking 2 storylines. How in the world are we talking about the Nashville Predators and the Colorado Avalanche being this low? This low. In fact, the Nashville Predators ranked, they actually should be lower than this. The only reason I don't have them lower than this at this stage is because they've only played 11 games. Well, not 11. And they still have the talent to turn things around. Where on the other hand, Colorado, super talented team, super injured. I mean, the amount of injuries that these guys have alone is insane, and their goaltending is horrendous. So I probably should have put Colorado 27 and Nashville 26. Yeah, that's what I probably should have done. Hindsight 2020 while I'm doing this video. The Colorado Avalanche, I don't know when they're going to turn it around. Their goaltending is so bad. Their injuries are so bad right now. They're going to be behind the 8 ball. I don't even know, are they going to be able to turn around and make the playoffs at this stage? I'm not sure. Because, and I don't want to be overreaction theater. I guess I am. But these 2 teams, like, how in the world is Nashville bad? Getting Stamkos, the additions that they have made doesn't make any sense why they're there. So I'm worried about both of these teams a lot. And then, the Kraken are 25th, which I had them 24th. Sorry, it's supposed to be red, -1. My apologies. So the Kraken are doing exactly what I thought they would do. Which is sad. Not last year, but the year before, they are a 100-point team. So they have really fallen off of the bandwagon, so to speak. So there's my 25th. 24 as well has been a shocker to me is the Pittsburgh Penguins. Guys, I don't know about you, but listen to this. 13 games played, 5-7-1. They as well have allowed 50 goals against. So the highest is the Avalanche with 51. Then 3 teams are tied for 50 goals against. This is wild, everyone. 50 Penguins. So Colorado 51, 50 Penguins, 50 Montreal Canadiens, and 50 San Jose Sharks. How many goals they've let in? Unacceptable. Honestly, unacceptable. With Crosby, Malkin there, I know they're older. Carlson, I know they're older, but this is terrible, terrible start. And so I can't move them up. I got to move them down. And then the number 23 is moved up 6 spots from my preseason rankings, and it is the Anaheim Ducks. And I'm just going to bring up the Ducks schedule here. What's amazing about the Ducks is they beat Utah twice this season. They of course they beat San Jose. They beat the Islanders. Okay. They lost close games to the Rangers at 2-1. They got smoked by New Jersey, lost 2-1 overtime to Pittsburgh, and they lost a 4-2 to the Blackhawks of their last game. So they had a couple decent wins there, and I just think, you know what, I'm going to move them up those many spots there. So it should be good. Should be good. Okay. I'm just going to go into a couple quick feedback here from everyone that's in the building. So good to see everyone. Shannon's here. Rome's here. Jacob's in the building. Good to see you guys and girls here. Mike is in the building. And then Canuck Tony is in here. He wants to talk about the Canucks. We're going to talk about them in a second. And then Major's in the building, and he says that Nashville needs time. Canuck Tony thinks the real reason is why is because they lost Sherwood. Just kidding. Yeah, so it's crazy. It's crazy. And I know that this is shocking, but if you think about it personalized, Makar is great. McKinnon's great. And then that is it, bro. 50 goals they've allowed. Just terrible. Absolutely terrible. And then, but you're right, Rome. It is the injuries with Landeskog and Nishkin. And actually isn't it, it's not Colton. It's, yeah, it is Colton. He's injured. Like, the list is crazy. So yeah. Oh my goodness. Another $50 donation. Wow. I'll be at the Ducks and Kings games November 5th and 7th. Got to get that Miller jersey. Listen, everyone, I wasn't going to talk about this, but I'm saving up to get a JT Miller jersey. Thank you so much, Major. You do not have to do this, but I appreciate it. Wow. Yeah, I want to go get that jersey. Okay. I need to stay focused on this for a second. Thank you so much. Okay. Where else I was going to put down? I just got. Okay, so yeah, this I think Tony makes it. Makar is dope. He's so good, but you need a team, not just one player. I agree. Sharks at the top. No, they're at the bottom. They're at the bottom, unfortunately. Okay, let's dive into the next one. Miller is a game time. Is game time. Okay, well, we're not talking about the Canucks right now, guys. We're talking about this list. Okay, let's stick with the power rankings. We talk about the Canucks every other show. Okay, so we're going to 22 to 13. Here's my list: 22 to 13. My power rankings. 22 is the Detroit Red Wings. They have been so disappointing. I expected a way better start. They have dropped 7 spots, everyone. 7 spots. They've only played 11 games, but they're 5 wins, 5 losses, 1 tie. But their goals for is 29. I mean, 29 is how many goals the Nashville Predators are. The Ducks have only scored 24, but they've only played 11 games. So, like, they've scored 6 more goals, but, like, 29 is it the third worst? I think it is. Let's just go here. It's the fourth worst. They're tied for third worst in the whole NHL. It's insane, everyone. Absolutely insane how bad Detroit has been. And then, speaking of someone who's been much better than anticipated, is the Chicago Blackhawks, who've jumped up 8 spots. What a good start for them, considering the team and the roster. Watching Bedard, of course, is fantastic. But what they've surrounded him with, the only thing about the Blackhawks is that they played 13 games compared to everyone else. So the Detroit Red Wings actually have 2 games in hand. And, that's where I won't, even though they're 29th in goals for, I only have 20, not 29th. They're tied for third worst in goals for. Chicago's got 37 more goals, and that has 2 more games. So we'll see what it looks like when they get to 13 wins. But the Chicago Blackhawks have impressed me. They're only -4 in the goals for against goals against. But I love Foligno. I love kind of when we played them as Canucks, like, we were better, but I was really impressed in what I saw with the team. And I think, like, you compare them to the other teams behind them, I think Chicago's as good or better, and we'll see. The Columbus Blue Jackets jumped 11 spots for me as well. I thought they were going to be hot garbage, especially losing Johnny Gaudreau, but they have rallied. 39 goals, 38 goals against, but only in 11 games, everyone. So I've been impressed. They have been shockingly not great, but better than anticipated. I thought they were going to be bottom of the barrel. Here they are on 20 on my list already. The next one is the St. Louis Blues. Again, 500, 6 wins, 6 losses, no overtime appearances, 32 goals for, 38 goals against. The addition of Broberg and Holloway have been helpful to this team. I've really enjoyed seeing their progress. So they've gone up 4. Now at 18, it's not because I don't like the Boston Bruins, even though I don't like the Boston Bruins, but talk about a terrible start. Playing 13 games, they only have 13 points. They only have 34 goals. They have 42 goals against. They have -8 differential. Okay, everyone? Like, that is hot garbage. That is hot garbage. This team is loaded. Why aren't they better? Why aren't they better? They're literally the 17th overall team right now, and I dropped them big time. I expect the Boston Bruins to bounce back with all that talent, with Pasternak, with Marchand, with there's so many great players. Lindholm's got to play better. A lot of people are complaining, saying that the Boston fans are not happy with Zadorov and Lindholm. I'm shocked to hear that, but it's mostly, from what I've been hearing, is just people on Reddit. So, I mean, it's just like people who just have an account post it. But I don't know if I'm hearing that from the team or they're hearing that from the insiders for Boston. Very interesting. And it's not like the guys they lost have played much better for Vancouver. So I don't know. But they paying them a lot of money, and that's why people are upset. Now, number 17 is a team that has exceeded my expectations. I had them bottom 3, I believe. I have them up 13, plus 13, the Calgary Flames. Why? How in the world are the Calgary Flames good? I don't like the Calgary Flames. I'm a number 1 Calgary Flames hater. You know that about me, everyone. Like, look at this, okay? I'm the number 1 Calgary Flames hater, okay? Me and Monty did that video, but here we are. But they have exceeded every expectation. Now, they've cooled off. They started hot, and they've cooled off now, but they still are getting some big ones. And if you just look, I'll bring up their schedule here, because I do think it's interesting. Okay, you can see this is November. So they just beat New Jersey 3-0, but they lost the Oilers 4-2. But if we go back to the month before, where did it start? It didn't start here. I think it's opening night. So this is where it starts. Okay, so they beat the Canucks, which was insane in overtime. They go and beat Philadelphia. They beat the Oilers. They beat Chicago Blackhawks, all teams that I have ranked ahead of them. And then they lose to Seattle. They beat Pittsburgh. They lose to Carolina, who's very good. They lose to Winnipeg, who's very good. They lose to Vegas, very good. They lose it to Utah, very good. So they cooled off. They started strong, and now they're coming to reality. But that's a big win against the Devils. I'm not going to downplay that at all. That's why I have them still high, and I appreciate them a ton. I don't appreciate them a ton. I appreciate their effort. This is supposed to be a rebuilding team that has played way better than anticipated. Right above them is the Utah Hockey Club. They've gone up 9 spots. I thought they were going to be hot garbage. They have impressed. Being in the top 16, the Utah Hockey Club, 12 games, 5, 4, and 3. Gone to 3 overtimes, lost all 3 of them. Only -5 point differential. They have really surprised me big time. And then it's been the Ottawa Senators. I thought they were going to be good. They are just around where I thought. They've only moved up 2 spots, but I've been really impressed with Ottawa's play. Great team efforts, I think. And then, of course, the goaltending helps, the new goaltending. But let's talk about the Edmonton Oilers. Last year, bad start. Awful start. I had them as the number 2 team starting as my preseason rank. But sorry, guys, another bad season to start, and I'm just dropping them like a rock because even though they're 6-5-1, they're -7 in point differential or goals for, goals against, goal differential. McDavid's hurt. I just don't. Why? I might even have them too high on this list. In all honesty, they might just be too high on this list. They have 12 games played. They're just 1 away from the most amount of games played. So they should be better. The other team that I think should be better is the Toronto Maple Leafs, and I just don't understand. Why Toronto is so. They're struggling so much. Again, same kind of record as Edmonton, but their goal differential is 0. So it's 39 goals, 39 let in. This team needs to improve. I know that they're still trying to figure out their goaltending. Sounds like Stolarz is going to be the key there, but I think Wall should be as well given a really good chance as well. So those are my 22 to 13. Just want to get some feedback on you. So Toronto's only dropped 4, Edmonton dropped 12, Boston dropped 10. But if you look at Chicago's gone up 8, Columbus Blue Jackets went up 11, and then Calgary was up 13. This is a big movement spot too. Okay, I'm going to dive into some more questions from people here, and let's go. Oh my goodness. While I was talking, put this towards the Miller jersey from Shannon and Coach Rob. You guys are awesome. You don't have to do that. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think Calgary's had a major surprising year. Okay, so lots of people still want to talk about the Canucks here. Come on, Shannon. Thank you, Coach Rob. Shannon, you guys are awesome. You claim Boston is a loaded team. However, they're a seasoned team. They are a team that does not gel. Zadorov is not a player there, but a bully. Pasternak is strong as well as Marchand. However, what? You can leave me hanging. I don't see however they're just struggling. Clearly, the Bruins are missing Danton Heinen. Yeah, right. Yeah, I understand we hate the Flames, but give them props. We get on it. Okay, let's say. So yes, personalized, I agree. Blown away that the Flames, Vladar and Wolf are holding the net. The Calgary players are supporting their goalies. Who would have thought this would work for a team? team play on, yeah, I know. Team play on hockey, shocking, right? So, yeah, Shannon wants to see the JT Miller jersey too. Thank you so much, everyone. Calgary is already coming back to reality, but maybe they're better. Maybe they're like, this is the problem with Calgary. Maybe they're the team that were like, maybe they're the Canucks of last year. Maybe they're just way better than we anticipated. So, Tony says good for Calgary, but I doubt they keep it up. I think they are smart rebuilding. Yes, but look at how good they are rebuilding. Major, I think Calgary will come back down, but can they make the playoffs? Right now, I mean, they're in a playoff spot, everyone. That's how good this team has played. That's what we're talking about. I know it's just the first month, so I get it. Connor McDavid is hurt, but looking real good skating today, and Leon has stepped up for the Oilers. Skinner is consistent again. 14 is a good spot for Edmonton. I still think Edmonton will make the playoffs, but if they don't, what does their GM do? I mean, that's a great question. I think they make the playoffs too. That's why I kept them at 14 and not had them lower. Jack thinks we're going to knock them out of the playoffs this year. I hope. Calgary has a highly paid player finally starting to fill expectations. If only the Canucks were so lucky. Okay. Toronto Maple Leafs ranked 13th. Love it. Bad luck for them for sure. After all, they are the team that chokes original 6. Yeah, I know. Okay, let's dive in to the next one. I am so stoked to share this next list with you guys and girls. All right, so here we are. So I dropped Vancouver down too because of a number of reasons why. First of all, there's all these teams in front of them. I think the only one that's better they could be better than is the LA Kings. But I think the LA Kings have played better than Vancouver to start the season, but just barely. This is the one that I really spent a lot of time on trying to think, should I put Vancouver there or LA? The reason why I kept Vancouver at 12, I dropped them to 12, and I moved LA up 5 spots is because I keep playing Shelovs, and he's terrible. Lankinen's been way better than anticipated. The Pettersson problem, I think, is a real problem, and I don't know when he gets back to his normal self. We need to understand that the role players that are stepping up, it's nice that they've been stepping up, but we can't depend on them all the time. Your stars have to be your stars. So Hughes and Miller started slow, but have picked it up. Miller's injured as well. Still playing, still producing, but you can tell he's not his normal self. Quinn Hughes has now returned to his superstar status. But the play of Susie, it has not been good enough. The play of, there's a number of plays like DeBrusk has been not good so far. He's been okay. He has not played well enough. I liked Heinen, but these guys are role players. This is a role player like Suter, Heinen, all these guys that we're talking about like that you can't depend on them. Besser has to score some more goals. Pettersson has to play better. Garland's been a super great surprise. We need Dakota Joshua back. Can we depend that Lankinen is going to continue to play at a top 5 level? I don't know. I feel like there's going to be a bit of drop off there. When's Demko coming back? So until then, I can't drop them. I can't move them up higher. I had to drop them. The LA Kings. Okay, but let's talk about the Vancouver. The only thing that the Vancouver Canucks have is they have the least amount of games played in the entire NHL, everyone. So Vancouver has literally played the least. They've only played 10 games, them and the Carolina Hurricanes, and they have a legitimate excuse because the Hurricanes, there was a hurricane down there, and they missed some games. Vancouver is 5-2-3. They've lost 3 games in overtime. They don't have many goals for. They're at 30, everyone. 30. That's really low. But they also have low goals against 33. So Putting him at 12, I think, is still generous. I just don't see them any higher than that. The LA Kings, though, let's go to the Kings here. So if we go back to points, the LA Kings are 9th in points right now. 6 wins, 3 losses, 3 overtime losses. 39 goals for. I don't like watching the Kings. I think they're awful to watch, but they have been better than I thought. So I'm moving them just slightly ahead of the Vancouver Canucks. This month will be a lot bigger telling. Number 10 has moved up 10 spots. The Washington Capitals. What a surprise. Connor McMichael has been a huge surprise for them. But this aging team has gelled together, and they have only played 11 games. They have 16 points. They are plus 13 in goals for over goals against. 46 goals the Washington Capitals have done. Ovechkin has been on fire. They are exceeding expectations, everyone. I'm loving what I'm seeing out of the Washington Capitals. Number 9 has moved up 4 spots. I was hoping that I could move them up into the top 5, but they haven't played good enough yet to get there. In their 12 games, they only have 14 points. They have 46 goals for, but they have 40 goals against. So they haven't played good enough to be in the elite level, but they're in the top 10. And I was hoping to put them in the top 5, but I just can't, because I think the New Jersey Devils have played better than them. I think oh, thank you, son. What is this? Woo! Hoo-hoo! Thank you.
Gotta feed the beast.
Let's go this way.
I ordered them, and then I was like, "Are they breaded?" And she was like, "I don't know."
Oh, so they're not gluten free.
I'm not risking it. So,
thank you, son.
No problem.
This is awesome. Let's go. Oakley for the win. All right. These are so good. These are so delicious. Okay. Okay. So back to the New Jersey Devils. I should have had them ranked higher. Hockey Talk on the Rock told me, put them, Keith from Hockey Talk on the Rock said, you need to get New Jersey higher. He was right. New Jersey's on fire. Love what I'm seeing from this team. Meyer, Bratt, the Hughes brothers. Markstrom. Like, this team is loaded. They're a top 10 team for sure, no doubt about it. There's nothing even. What is there to say? Argue about this? This team has 50 goals for, everyone. 50. That is. And then the Dallas Stars. I thought they would be better. I've dropped them 3 spots. They were 4th on my list to start the season. The Dallas Stars have been disappointing on my terms, but still they're 7-4-0. Like, they've got 14 points. They've only played 11 games. So they probably should be higher. But because of the limited facility there, I'm going to do that. But the Vegas Golden Knights have been fantastic. 6 spots they've moved up on my rankings. 8-3-1, guys. 17 points in 12 games. 54 goals for, 37 against. Absolutely stellar. Absolutely stellar. Okay, let's dive into some comments, and then I'll get into my top 5. And so some of you are sitting there going, how in the world, Trevor? How in the world? Okay. Carol, we're doing power rankings. Remember, they're RevTrev's NHL Power Rankings. I'm doing them once a month. So glad you're here. So glad you're here. Vancouver is at 12. And I wish, Rome says, I wish someone had me chicken. Rome, like, look at how much chicken in here. Oh, can you see this? Like, there's tons of chicken here. I just ate that one piece there. Yeah, so they've gone down by 2 there. You're right. New Jersey goalie Markstrom has really stepped it up this season. I'm doing well, Lyndon. Welcome to the channel. How are you doing? Yeah, we all love Markstrom. We're big fans. Okay, so there wasn't a lot of talk in here about this list. That's fine. That's fine. Dylan Strome point ceiling this year. I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. I would have to look at it again, but I'll check that out. Liam's Ghost, thanks for commenting. Appreciate you. Yeah, my son just gave me all those chicken wings. Yeah, what an awesome thing. Yeah, that I'm glad you're doing well. Okay, let's get in to the top 5. I know this is why you're here. I know some of you are like, I think I know what the top 5 is. I think some of these top 5 are going to surprise you. So number 5 is the Carolina Hurricanes. They have not moved. They were 5 to start the preseason, but they have been stellar. And we saw them firsthand. They're 8-2-0. They're 800. That's their winning percentage right now. They've only played 10 games. They can definitely move up this list. They definitely can move up this list. Okay. If you think that the Carolina Hurricanes are 8-2 and have only played 10 games, it's just insane to think about. Their goal differential is plus 16. So I'm loving what I'm seeing out of them. Great goaltending as well. But the biggest surprise of the NHL has been the Minnesota Wild. And Kaprizov is averaging 2 points a game. He's the best player in the NHL right now, in my opinion. And he has just played lights out hockey. Now, this whole team has just been sensational. They're plus 13 in goals for and goals against. 41 goals, only 28 goals against. This team is 8-1-2. I don't know what else. Like, they're on a 3-game winning streak, everyone. Also, Carolina's on a 6-game winning streak. Side note. Now, number 3 is the Stanley Cup champion, the Florida Panthers. I wasn't going to take them out of the number 1 spot, but these other 2 teams have played better than them, and I just wanted to be honest. If I want to be passionate, realistic, and honest, I had to move them down. And it's like, it's hard to move the Stanley Cup champs down, but the reason why I did that was because they played 13 games. They're the highest. Them and New Jersey have played the highest amount of games in the NHL so far. They have 48 goals for 41. They're only a +7 differential. So 9 wins, 3 losses, 1 overtime loss. The 9 wins, that's impressive. But I think what's more impressive is that the New York Rangers look like they are potentially a Stanley Cup contender, like literally Stanley Cup finalists, if not winning the Stanley Cup this year. 8-2-1, 44 goals for, only 24 goals against. The only team that's lower than them goals against is the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes still have the Rangers are already, no, Hurricanes have 1 game in hand. So someone's going to score on the Hurricanes. I doubt they're going to shut someone out. But basically, the New York Rangers are the best defensive team in hockey and have great score. Panarin, this team has been so together for so long. They gel. They play like a unit. So I'm putting I've leapfrogged the New York Rangers ahead of the Florida Panthers. And I'm convinced that this team's going to be good all year. I don't know if they're going to lead the top 5 all season, but we'll find out. We'll find out, everyone. And then, again, another biggest surprise is the Winnipeg Jets. And I don't think anyone should be surprised that they're number 1, because listen to in 12 games, they're 11-1. 11-1. They've lost 1 game all season. They have 59 goals for, 30 against. They're a +29. They're the best in the NHL by a landslide. The next highest is the Rangers, who are +20. They're 9 points more. Okay, 9 points more. So I just want to bring up this the schedule to them. I just want to show you calendar. Let's bring this up. Okay. This is insane. They are absolutely on fire. Okay. So can you see that now? Yeah, here we are. Okay, you're going to move this off here. Okay, so in November, obviously they haven't lost. They've won 7-4 against Tampa Bay. They destroyed Columbus, which you would expect them probably to do. But if we go here, okay, so we go 6-0 against the Oilers, 2-1 against the Blackhawks. By the way, that's one of the reasons why I put the Blackhawks better, because they played good against the Jets. Minnesota Wild, who's one of the best teams in the league, they won in overtime. They destroyed the Sharks. They beat up on Pittsburgh. They took out the St. Louis. They squeaked out a win, played lower than their level against Seattle. They beat Calgary, that was hot. And then they lost. Their only loss is to the Toronto Maple Leafs. That's craziness. 6-4. That's nuts, everyone. That's nuts. So let's quickly just go to NHL.com just for a quick moment. And I'll get to some stats here, and then we'll go from there. Okay. So, but I just want to give a second before I do that. I want to dive in. So this is your top 5. I want to see what you guys and girls think about this. Tampa 9. They have problems on the road. That's true. Shannon's giving. I'll tell him you said hi, Shannon, my son. Canes are studs. Been saying that for a while now. Absolutely. Number 1 had to be the Jets, no brainer. Only surprise is number 2, New York, and 3, Panthers. I would have had them in reverse. Dude, I'll just tell you straight out, I'm shocked that you just said that, because I know you've been big on the Rangers. So yeah, these guys live are amazing. Absolutely amazing. Wait, if the Panthers dropped down 3, that means they were at 0, not 1. Oh, whoops. So that's right. They dropped down 2. They dropped down 2. My bad. Thank you for that. Okay, the Rangers have been ranked 2 this season by 141 sports analysts. Mind you, Edmonton's number 1, Florida number 3. So I'm right there. The media probably got it wrong before the season started. I think they got it right. They got it right. Chris Kreider out of nowhere? No, he's always been good. Zibanejad is like, Kreider is showing me up. I will show him. So bam, New York has the inner competition, which is resulting in an NHL power play best this season. That's right. That's right. Yeah, so this is what I got, everyone. This is what I got. Okay, last thing we'll just talk about the points, and then we'll call it a night. We'll call it a night. So take this off and bring this up here. Let's just quickly look at this. Okay, guys, points wise, Kaprizov's at 21, Makar's at 21, Reinhart's 21. These 3 players are on fire. McKinnon, how are they not winning more games? 20 for Kucherov. All these guys, you can see them there, but Mark Stone, 20 points. Kyle Connor, Nashis, like, should have traded Petey for him, right? Panarin, super stud. Strome is at 11. Let's look at the goals here. I would thought Kaprizov was going to be on here, but it's Reinhart, Kucherov, Heischer. That's surprising. Cole Caulfield, very surprising. Rest of these on here, there's nothing really surprising to the rest of them. And then let's look at the assists. It's got to be Kaprizov. Yeah, so Kaprizov, Makar, McKinnon, Stone, Strome. Yeah, Nashis. That's why they're all up there in points. So if we go goals against, Gustafsson, there's a reason why the Minnesota Wild are so good. It's because of Gustafsson as well. 2.12. That's insane. Guys, Shelovs has a 5.00 goals against average. Just put that in perspective there. Look at these players. Look at these goalies. Like, never would have thought he would be there. Didn't think Lankinen would be there. These are the Stolars. Impressive. This is pretty impressive. Let's go to save percentage. Again, what? How is he number 1? Incredible. Shesterkin is always a superstar. Gustafsson is so good this year. Talbot, wow, that's a great save percentage. Lankinen, look at he's 6, guys. He's 6. So you got Lankinen at 4th in goals against and 6th in save percentage. It's amazing. Ottinger, Hellebuck. I mean, Lankinen's outplayed Hellebuck, guys. Wow. Who would have ever thought that? And then we go to shout-outs, and it's still early. But look, this has to be the surprise. Dostal, oh, what a season he's having. What a season he's having. So here we are, everyone. Best goalie in the league? It's got to be Dostal. I think so. Or Gustafsson. That's probably in. I mean, Shesterkin's there as well. Those are your top three goalies. We'll give it to Dostal. Oh no, he's got tied for one. Same with yeah. So I mean, I would give it to those three. These three right here, the three best goalies in the NHL. Wild, eh? Absolutely wild. And one of them plays for the Wild. All right, last few comments before we call it a night, everyone. Oh yeah, just a reminder, thanks for watching. If you want passionate, realistic, honest Canucks content, hit the like and subscribe. We do appreciate your support. Pretty bang on power rankings, Trev. Like the analysis. Honest, realistic. Thank you. Appreciate that. Lankinen is running wild on the league. That's so cool. Neil Pona is there. Oh yeah, we're talking the D-man. Dostal came in one game, mid-game, and played stellar. His rankings are based on his play for I believe he just under 32 minutes. Shesterkin is the best goalie. Just wish NHL.com would do minutes played. They will later. So it would be Shesterkin and Gustafsson then are the two. If that, yeah, I didn't check how many games. I should check how many games he's played, right? Can I do that? Let's see. Yes, I can. So I'll bring this back up. Okay. So I'm just going to check and see if you're right there. Oh, he's played 9 games, man. He's played 9 games, 4 wins, 1 shutout. So look at how much better he's doing than his career average. So saves against I mean, he's played solid. I think 9 games, 4 wins. I guess that's not the best. It's not the best, but yeah, let's move him out of there. I think you're right. Thank you so much for correcting me on that. I appreciate that. Love you, brother, but I really think you might want to look at Colorado again. That's totally fine. That's totally fine. I cannot move them up farther than they are until they turn things around, and they're very injured. So, yeah, but only 4 wins, though, right? So, okay, everyone, I'm going to call it a night. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Big shout out to Coach Rob, Shannon, and Major for the donations tonight towards the JT Miller jersey. You guys are absolutely amazing. Did not expect that tonight. I hope that you're enjoying the power rankings videos, and I appreciate each one of you. Of course, always we're gonna cheer on our team tomorrow night. I'm going to be going live after the game, so tune back in. Big Canucks game tomorrow night against, I think it's Anaheim actually. So let me just clarify that. Right? Is that right, everyone? It is, I think. Yeah, Anaheim and then LA. So these next two, so LA's ahead of them in my power rankings. I'm looking forward to to having seeing what they can do against these 2 teams, and then Edmonton on the weekend. So it's gonna be Anaheim, LA, Edmonton, Calgary. That's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Next 4 games are gonna be fantastic. Have a great night, everyone. I appreciate you so much, and have a good night. Go Canucks, go.
Screaming